Okay, good morning. This is Rabbi Shlomo, first here at Tsama Nafshi, located in Yerushalyim, HaKodesh. We are learning Pirkei Avos here, the first parak and the sixth Mishnah. Yaakov, we want to catch you up, okay? So we'll just try and go through all of the good review. We'll just try and through all the citations here. The first Mishnah will quote the Mishnah. Go ahead, please.
Yeshua ben Parchia and Natzaya Argali Kablu Mehem. Yeshua ben Parchia Omer Aseh Lecha Ra V'Kaneh Lecha Chaver. So that is acquire for yourself, make for yourself a teacher, and acquire for yourself a friend. V'Hayu Dan et Kol Ha'adam L'Kav Sechut. And give everyone kind of like the benefit of the doubt.
Give everyone the benefit of the doubt. We haven't got touched that now. Right now we're just working on the first of the three things that Yeshiva ben Nafshi had said on the first one, also called just make himself a Rav, a teacher. Go ahead, look at Rashi, what he says here.
You shouldn't learn by yourself. Misvora. You shouldn't learn by yourself by your own logic. By logic, Ella, min harav, min hashmur. Rather, you should learn from a living, breathing teacher.
And for the Minashur, from that which has been transmitted out, that's the Torah Shabbat. Yeah, sure, that's usually referenced to Torah Shabbat. And that's the whole point of the Rav to the Talmud. The Tzav, the written Torah, you don't, to just memorize what's written in the Torah, you don't necessarily need to have a Rav for. But to learn the Torah about that, right, that's what you need to have a Rav.
What's the difference between Ha-Shamua and Masora?
In general, it very much the same. There may be some fine distinctions between the two, I'm not sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, so that's Rashi. Right, because it's not, the command that we're getting from Yeshua ben Parchia is not to learn by yourself, right? And this even goes, even our time, we say, well, we have Svarim, we can listen to Shirim, right? But you're very, very passive in that. It's not a two-way. You need to have the exchange, right? The Talmud-Rebbe relationship has to exist. Like reading and understanding and learning from Svarim is very good, and even listening to tapes is very good. You can't do any better than that. But you really, your main thrust and direction of your learning is that you want to have a Rav, and we'll discuss. Maybe we'll get to that tomorrow. I have some more material to bring in for tomorrow that we'll be working on. The importance of why a Rav is so important. The significance. And so you shouldn't just rely on your own logic and learn by yourself. No, you should have a Rav who's going to basically, we've been telling you, learning the whole week, the Rav is going to teach you a derech, what we call a methodology. He's going to teach you a methodology. The methodology is not going to be able to, you might have the information from the story, and to some extent you can get a methodology from the Shirim, if you're listening to Shirim, which is the Shirim given in a way to teach not just the information, but also to teach the methodology. You could get that from Shirim, no question about it, but in terms of the actual relationship, that's also very important in getting the methodology.
I found that when I first started, and I knew nothing, I got a lot from Shirim.
Meaning from live Shirim, tape Shirim?
Mostly live. Mostly live. But then I found after about 5 years, I found I really wasn't getting that much out of it from Shirim. It was like, mostly I was those things that I knew, and also it wasn't really penetrating. So I stopped going to Shirim, and I started trying to find more interactive, like this kind of situation. Reading, learning from the text, participating.
No, sure, even sitting in a shiur, if you're being passive, so that's good if you just simply want to have the hashkafas and general information. These things are very good. But then there comes a time. This is, all learning experiences with Torah, you're trying to guide the Talmidim, you're always faced with the question when you're giving a shir to a group, and the larger the group, the more difficult and poignant the question becomes, is that each Talmud needs something specific in and unto himself. So when you're saying a group shir, so you try and cater to all the needs of the different people in the shir. And at one point or another, the individuals will outgrow, what they can get from the particular area. Yeah. So you have to guide them in what the next step is. Right. And then when becoming reach a level of saturation, right, and then usually move on to the next year, which is a different level at the beginning. Basic, you have like a basic Gemara, just trying to understand the basic Gemara, more Rashi, more Rashi, the Tosfos, to go to other levels of guide in his methodology to each different level. But that's a common experience. When they're open and everything is new and interesting. So they just absorb it. But then when they reach a certain level of knowledge, so then they have to be guided to where the next best step is.
Rambam?
Yes.
המשנה עשה לחרב, ואפילו לא היה ראוי להיות לחרב. Make yourself a rab, even if it's not appropriate for him to be your teacher.
Right, so it's sort of an astounding statement, because, and again, I'm guessing, but it seems to be that this is a situation like a someone could be ever. I mean, obviously, if you can find somebody who's fit in whatever criteria needs to be, right, then you shall be trying to find the person who's most fit to be around for you. I think the Rambam is telling us the Kiddush that even if it's a situation where you can't find someone who's fit for you, so still go to the effort of making somebody right around for you. We'll see why that should be. We'll explain through the other portion what the point might be behind the Rambam. Right?
I wonder if part of it might be that somebody might just be too picky and saying, you can't find the one that meets your criteria, then find someone who doesn't meet your criteria, because maybe your criteria is...
that could be true. Right, that could be true. Yeah. We find this with Shidduchim a lot, people looking for a husband and wife. Sometimes, it's nice to have, there are certain things which are obviously very important, that you should be going in the same direction in life, and then there are certain minor things which are important, preferences. So understand.
Thank you so much.
I think so, yes, for sure. Yeah, we can get to the seat. You take it up with Rav Furman, okay? You'll look it up with Rav Furman. What?
We met as a purpose, Yeshiva
right, so it comes to Shidduchim, so people have to realize that it's important to be able to compromise on what you think is necessary. And of course, do with the consultation of the proper Rav, discuss it with a person who's well aware of you and of what's good for you. And to discuss things, it's not really that important. That shouldn't stop things.
Perhaps a good mashal could be Moshe Rabbeinu and Yitro, because Yitro was not from the tribe of Levi, was not a primer yet, as it were.
Yeah.
But he was Moshe Rabbeinu made him his teacher, and also it was a fitting, it was really he gave out good advice.
Yes. Very good. Yes, that's a very good example. I thought you were going to mention about the advice that Yisro gave to Moshe as to who to pick. He gave basically, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 7 different criteria for the judges. That's in Sefer Shmos, as far as this part of Yisro. But in Sefer Devarim, when Moshe Rabbeinu is saying over the Klal Yisrael the events of what happened there, right? So in fact, only 2, perhaps 3 of the requirements that Yisro suggested, right, of the 7 actually were those who were found. Nafshi explains. We only found people who met only 3 of the criteria of Yisro. Nevertheless, he still chose them to be Dayanim. So I always like to make a point to that when you have to make a decision and you're looking for people with certain criteria, but if you don't find with all those criteria that you're looking for, still that shouldn't stop you from making the decision. So Moshe, despite the fact that he didn't find people who met all the requirements of Israel, still we went and picked people that were as best suited as possible. So likewise with the Rav, you pick someone who's best suited as possible. Even though it may not be the ideal choice, right? But you get make him a Rav, you get as far as you can do. That's what we'll see. So what should he do? Rambam continues.
Continues. Aval, Samehu, place him a Rav.
Or make him for a Rav, make him to be a teacher for you.
Make him a teacher. Ad Tamasur Lo Talmud
Halimud.
Oh, sorry, Halimud. Right. What is Tamasur?
To transfer, to like to give it to transfer, where you receive.
Tamasur Lo Halimud Tusad HaChokmah, and he will give to you wisdom.
Right. So make him. I mean, that's how you're dealing with a person who's not really exactly what you feel you need is in terms of Rav. Nevertheless, Rambam says make him to be a Rav, a teacher for you. So what you should do, make him to be a Rav for you until he transfers to you, gives over to you the information of what you need to know, and until you reached a level of wisdom, and you gain from him the information and the wisdom to make use of the information. And why should you do this? Why? Because he says. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. I'll be here. Sorry about that.
My alternative ride, he was a chef bus until 10 o'clock. I had to get his kids up before.
I didn't know how long it would take, so I know if he had tested it was, I would have gotten.
No problem.
Turned out I was only 10 minutes late.
לפי שאין לימוד האדם לעצמו כלימודו מזולתו, so in order that he's not someone is not learning by himself, and his learning is not mizulato, only from himself.
Yeah, it's a bit of a, this notion I was a little bit concerned with. I wasn't sure exactly what the Rambam is saying here. It says you should make a person a Rav to you, even though you may not be really the ideal teacher that you're expecting and wanting to have, since a person shouldn't learn, since the learning that a person does on his own is not like the learning he does like with including the Rav. I mean, there's a whole different dimension of learning that takes place when a person's learning on his own and when he's learning not by himself. Meaning not by himself. Nizul also meaning not, I think, not by himself, I mean with others.
אלא, לימודו מזולתו יותר קיים אצלו ויותר מבואר. Rather, his learning מזולתו from himself.
I think this is like non-isolated, there's isolated learning, meaning that's Adam La'atzmo, and then Limudo Mazulo So, meaning non-isolated, meaning he's learning with somebody else. Limudo Mazulo So, meaning learning with somebody else. Yosukim.
It is better to endure. It's low with him. And is better for explaining.
Mm-hmm. It's much clearer.
Can we translate this yoter kiyam as it's more established?
Yeah, it's more enduring.
More enduring.
I think it's more endurance. Yeah, Yossi Kiyum is Kiyum, like endurance. Yossi Kiyum is more endure longer.
ואפילו היה כמוצא בחוכמה, או למטה, and even if the teacher is like him in wisdom, or even less than him in wisdom, וכך בערו, בפירוש זה סיבי.
Why is it being in a command form? Also, Rabbi, you should make this, obvious. If the person is greater than you in wisdom, has more Torah knowledge than you, right? So he by default is your Rav, right? So what's the piece? I think the Rambam is being medayek in the Lashon Asalacha Rav. You should make yourself a Rav. Sivu kumbase to go out and make yourself a Rav. So when is that? When do you have to be commanded to do this? When the person has maybe the same amount of wisdom as you, or even less wisdom than you. Right, so it's still nevertheless, if that's what the only option is, right, you have to go and make this person feel to be a teacher.
I can see the same, but how can you have a Rav that knows lesson?
So this has been bothering me in the Rambam's Pshat. How is this different than a Karusa? Right, the next point was, find yourself you should acquire for yourself a Chavir. Now, whether that's talking specifically limud, so we like a charusa, right? Or maybe it's talking about just in social and other aspects of life. That's just like a friend. So maybe you should have a friend, just a friend. Whether he knows less, more everywhere, you should have a person. You want to have a good person. You want to learn with this person, right? So that time, sometimes that person can be the same as much of window as you. And maybe more information than you, maybe a little bit. So you may not be on the same level as your Karusa. So I'm not sure, according to the Rambam, what the point is, making yourself a person who's a Rav to you, even though you may be more wise than him, right? Meaning, you see, wisdom, that's a very general term, right? What wisdom is. And how the Rambam is using that in this context is not exactly clear to me. Right? And especially when he says even if he's going to be less wise than you, right? Meaning if he's less wise than you, so why don't you become his Rav, right?
Right.
So I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure. We're going to see another Hezbollah. The Rav Bartanur is going to explain. He's going to read down the Rambam a bit also. So maybe let's hold on to it and see maybe we can get a little bit more of a definitive understanding of what the Rambam's talking. We see some of the other Mephoshim.
Is it possible that it could mean that the person might be less worldly wise, less wise in general overall, but nevertheless he knows more Torah than you?
The Rambam wouldn't be speaking, I think, in terms of secular knowledge. That doesn't seem to be the point of that.
How about life experience?
That could be. That's you see a zaking. Zaking is koine chokma. So in a zaking, you should koine chokma. Who's considered to be an elder? An elder is someone who's through the years and throughout life, his experiences life and teachers taught him basic wisdom about life that a younger person doesn't possess. Right. So that could, in certain aspects, be true. Yeah, that crossed my mind as well.
But I was thinking the other way around, that maybe he's a person who's a bit naive in terms of worldliness, but he knows a lot of Torah.
Could be.
Wondering what Chachma.
Chachma, so we're talking about Torah wisdom. Practice. Let's go to Rabbeinu Yonah here.
יהושע בן פרקיה אומר, שלך אומר, שאפילו אתה יודע ומותו, עשה אותו רב. עליך, מפני שאדם זכר מה שלמד רבו יותר ממה שאדם למד מעצמו. Because you remember better what you bring from someone else, particularly what you learn by yourself.
So we saw that similarly a bit to the Rambam. Rambam says it's going to have a kiyum, Yosef kiyum, so that could be in terms of the remembrance as well. The memory of what you learn with somebody else from the Rav is going to be more lasting to you than what you learn simply on your own. Right? So here the Rabbeinu Yonah is saying, even if this person doesn't know as much as you, nevertheless you should make himself a Rav. You're commanded in that case to make yourself a Rav of this person, right? Because there's a reason, right? So Zachar Ma'alim, when a person is going to be able to certainly benefit learning from the Rav, because he's going to learn more from him than what he will remember on what he learned by himself. It makes more of an impression. Learn from a Rav will make more of an impression. Another reason.
And not only this, furthermore, sometimes he will understand something more from the teacher, Mimenu, and it'll be found, and it will be realized, that
it turned out that he's teaching them, right? Since there'll be certain times where the other person, right, will know more than him, and so in that case he'll be learning from him.
So, I feel like even if they're equal in wisdom, sometimes there will still be something to learn from the teacher.
Right.
So now it's going back to equal.
Yeah. That's what the Rabbeinu Yonah is equal. The Chiddush of the Rambam was even if he knows less Chachma than you. Right. That was the Chiddush of the Rambam. Okay, let's do the Rav Bartanur one more, and then we'll have to stop after that. Rav Bartanur.
Asela Charav. Rambam Pirash. Afal Pi She'ino Ra'ui L'Charav. Say Otsel Rabba. And Lachad L'Not Talmud Rabin Atzmucha. And don't, it's preferable to make, even if it's not fitting for you to make him a teacher, it's preferable for you to make him a teacher, and not to learn B'cham just by yourself necessarily.
Right, that's basically what the Rambam is telling us, right? The Rambam, as the Rambam himself wrote, even though he's not fit for the reasons to be pure Rav. Also, that's the tzivoy. That's what the Rambam said. It's a tzivoy here, right? It's a tzivoy to make such a person a Rav. Lo tilmid b'neichel b'nyatzmika, not to learn, right, by yourself, right? That's the Rav Bartanur bringing down the Rambam. Ani Shemati, now the Rav Bartanur is saying another thing.
Ani Shemati, I have heard, say l'charav, shekibal lo Rav echad, shelamod, shelamud, mimenu tamid. He should receive to him teacher, one teacher, so in order that he's learning always.
Right, you should, what does it mean? Asel You should go out and make yourself someone to be a Rav, a teacher for you. Shikabu loy Rav, you should accept upon himself a Rav, echad, one particular person to be a Rav for him. Shiyud mimenu tamid, they should learn from him constantly. Constant Rav.
So it's except one in order that you learn always? Is it the last one? Like he's saying that there's a relationship between having only one teacher and learning something?
No, it's Shekibu lo Rav echad. You should accept upon yourself a Rav, one Rav. In order that you can be constantly learning from him.
That's not correct. But
what was your other way of looking at it?
Well, that's how I read it, but I don't understand it. Like, what's the connection between having only one? I can learn Talmud and have many teachers.
Right, but but you want to learn from this one Rav Talmud. Meaning, you could write. He's going to say why you shouldn't go and have many Ravs. I mean, you want to learn from him. He should be constantly available for you. think that's part of it also. By making him the Rav for you, he'll be constantly available for you. He'll be constantly learning from you. And they'll say why you shouldn't be learning from anyone.
So just read on, I guess. ולא ילמוד היום באחד ולמחר מן האחר. Don't learn one day from one and next day another. ואף אגב, Masechet Avodah Zarah, and Afagav is...
This is an introduction to a question. This usually when you see this expression, Afagav, meaning even though, Afagav literally means in English, so even though, it's an introduction to a question. Even though that we see contrary to this in the sect of Avodah Zarah.
Amru Limad Torah, Berav Echad. So they say it's Chazal, I guess. Amru.
Yes, that's the word of Avodah Zarah.
Halamed Torah Berav Echad, Eno Ra'eh Siman Bracha. Someone who learns from only one teacher is not regarded as a good sign.
He's not going to have a blessing in that learning. That learning that he's only going to learn, right? This is the kasha, meaning it seems to be that Chazal is saying in Avodah Zarah you should learn from many rabbis. Because if you only learn from one, you're not going to have a Simon Bracha. Kavar Pershu, what's the explanation?
Kavar Pershu, it's already been explained, but Amru, and they said, Hani Milei B'Sivara, these words in Torah, in logically, Shetov Lo Lishma Sevarat Harabim, it is good for him to hear the thoughts of many. Aval L'Inyan Gemara, but the essence of Gemara learning. It's better for one teacher.
What's Ma'ali?
It's beneficial. Meaning when it comes to learning Gemara, the methodology you want to learn is you should learn one method from one Rav in terms of how you're learning Gemara. Right?
So it's good to learn many logical approaches. But when you're learning Gemara, you should have one Rav.
Right. Well, with Svaras, there are many different ideas. You have many different ideas. For example, let's say just take Chumash, for example. Let's learn Chumash. We have Rashi, right? You have the Targum, you have the Ramban, you have many different approaches. Right? So you want to understand what the Pshat and the Pasuk is, so you have many different explanations what the understanding of the Pasuk is. Right? So that's okay. That's
so
okay.
It's okay to have many Rabbim to learn Chumash.
Let's say Chumash, right? So when it comes to Gemara, you want to learn a specific methodology in approaching Gemara. Like the difficulties of learning Gemara are such that it's beneficial if you learn one particular methodology.
So he's saying when it comes to this issue of how we reconcile Avodah Zarah, we say that Avodah Zarah is distinguishing between the two types. It's saying if it's Gemara, you should have one Rav every day for him regularly. But if it's other things, then you should have multiple Ravs. Because it's good to have different logical approaches.
Svaras is, I think maybe it might be just different ideas, meaning ideas to a certain problem, and whether it's involving the logical approach or not, that I'm not so sure. It's a Svaras Rabbi, many ideas. It's good to hear many different ideas. You can have answers to it, you can have explanations which are different, varied upon the approach that's taken.
We say before Talmidai, it's healthy. We learn from everybody.
That's right.
That's not even talking about our money. And where we can learn from his Talmud. So a variety of opinions and ideas is beneficial. Opens up your mind.
So is there a disagreement here? Or is this just a further clarification?
At this point, I don't see them particularly arguing about, because again, they're trying to explain that we have a command, Asr Rav. You should make for yourself a Rav. You should go out actively and make a certain person, a teacher, a Rav for you. Right, so the question is, why that should be and what if not. So that's basically what's being explained. They basically seem to be on the same basic
So
area.
it could be that everybody here agrees with this idea that we're distinguishing between Gemara and other learning.
Could be. Most likely, I mean, the Rabbi Bardu is asking for the Gemara in a Bodhizora so that everyone has to deal with that Gemara. You don't have to answer that Gemara.
Right.
Okay, good, we'll stop here and we'll continue in a few minutes with the Shir Mishpah Mitzvah.